our documentation
using CMake.
Hello everyone, this is Mustafa. In this video we are going to continue the recipe topic as we are going to
create another recipe for a software binary executable
that will be using
GNU-Make
also letting show you this one real
information.
quick.
If you
I
have
have found a make
experimented
file
with
example
Raspberry
online
Pi
forked the
simply
repository.
search online
But
Raspberry
first
Pi
I'm going to show you that
version
you can
or
find a page,
check
the
the
page
Gona
is great.
Raspberry Pi
Check
forums,
how
how
only
we
you
can
can
set these
all
for
data
sheets
sheets
to
to
get
get access.
one note from my side is
or
this
for the
configuration.
Raspberry
We
Pi
are not going to
also
explore
for
this.
some
So
sort of
today we will be
peripherals.
writing
we
we have
have
many
there
systems
is
such as SCOM,
presentation how to
GitHub,
configure
GNU-Make,
Raspberry Pi
GNU, this
to
both
exe
to make
format,
CMake and
this
so on.
GitHub
In order to be able to
slash
use
Raspberry
Yocto
slash
for most of the software packages, you are going to need to know at least how make files and how GNU auto tools work. What we are doing for the recipe file is simply make sure that main file we have is compatible for cross compilation, then we will be testing the necessary flash for widely used make file. We will also explore how to create different software packages out of a single software package. So let us begin first video course information. Let's check our make file. And as you can see, as a build system, it is using CMake. So if I click to this file, I see that okay, it has many repository I forwarding simply, and I say click on this take a look at the make file, then itself it's pretty simple make file, but other CMake good example. Simply it's defining okay source files and object files and defining the includes. So now giving the input first, and we can check, and then is simply compiling available for this, and making we can do this from the limited layer index website. Alright, and we can click. So now what I've changed, we can this one only what we need to do is first compile generate actually, and I have added this variable. Because this was only for example, as I mentioned before, getting the image quality issue distribution is from everything image before. This is a very simple sure that recipe practice to use that one tab. Just to recall, let's find that what we should be doing is first variable to create so that when we are cross compiling, we can simply create filling this environment for let's call it Rust. That is one part. The second part is regarding name recipe. So you specify this sort of variable is already used by the Yocto application SDK file with the spaces. We haven't seen this SDK things right now, but if you simply export the SDK, this will be automatically filled. But this won't be filled during the Pitbake build what we are doing. So it goes simply in two ways. In this case, we don't care about that, so we put the version as 1.0 out of box, and simply from the recipe we can start first define the value for this and variable to make sure our make file is compatible. Okay, so this is the second thing is I do not want to overwrite the flags. Let's just first flex for the recipe. Next up we are using CXX in order to compile. So this variable will be already filled by the recipe, but because we're not going to be publishing it, if you simply overwrite these, then you might have some problems. So what I did is I changed this. So for this, I'm going to do is I'm going to simply check so that I don't know, from your side, here there is no mention some any dependency. Okay, let's first check the pin control. If we have any dependency when you are building something, seems like there is no, you have to real-time dependency. First is to find your make file and make sure it is compilable, and then in that regard that can get some what about some runtime from the Yocto in terms of these variable definitions. Runtime, then you can say bash some more for simply about your recipe and interpret it from bash terminal. So that's something. Let's go ahead and do that. Really important basically. And when you are simply creating change recipe based on various make files or various build systems, you will encounter this a lot. You might have to change a few things. And now we can give our source URI first compilable if the make file is not written. Dependency declarations. Alright, so this is our package, and the output is simply something called app. Which is source empty, just the name. We don't care about content. At this stage, we can use the image recipe itself. So let us try this. Give the best one recipe executed. Alright, so let's go back. As you can see, here we have our own variables. So inside we have already created these variables recipe. We are gonna have to create new recipe. So for that, let's actually keep the same
file,
and same
and then
category,
based on these
specific save tools, although it's a vision, currently not a dev tool.
yeah, there are
Let's
many
imagine
functions
vision
that
call,
it
I can
uses.
simply make
So
this
we are
automatic so that the last one is always
there are
true,
other
but
tasks that
I
it
would like to
defines.
freeze it.
I wanted to show you
I will
these
define
functions
by
so that
detail.
everything
Let's
is
call
clear
it
from your
whatever I
perspective,
can do
because we
here.
will analyze what
Comments
sort of
inside
tasks
the
that are
last
taking
one,
place
and the recipe,
in each
which is
recipe.
fine.
So
Whatever
I just wanted to show this first.
which is fine. Here,
Okay.
alright.
Alright. So basically
And
this is
since
some
this
good
is a
explanation.
so now we have our
and
recipe file,
image
our
storage
demonstrate
and some
how to
partitions
create
on
a
that
simple
based
compilation
on
so
the
inside
variable
the
that we
recipe.
defined.
Now with
If
this
you are
example,
clear on that,
I'm
we
not
can
gonna
go back
only demonstrate
and
here comes
how
the
to
important
create a
part
recipe
for
that
this is use
install
software packages
is
that use
available
make files.
in this
I am
recipe, so
gonna
we can
also
identify
previous
check
examples
what
how
some
to use
only
these
set
tools.
but
One example
this
is
is
a
hands-on,
and one example.
so that
So
you
in
will
the
know
previous example,
what is
find
installed
installed, we
source
don't have
you
to
will
inherit
create
any
this
CMake class in our in this case for the
source
CMake
so
there is
all
already
available
available
so
this
file
class that is
and
for
in this
handling
example
most
we
of
are
the
going
tasks
to use
given, so we are not gonna we will be using the class software there. So
So
first
you
let's
immediately
start
see that
by
just
for the
create
sake
some
of
recipes,
completeness, let me
let's
first show you the
Let's
class.
say recipes. This is a runtime dependency. We will also use this type dependency, but we will explore it in some of the recipe files.
Let's
In a minimum
continue with
distro image,
license.
you can expect an
You
init
can also
system.
specify maintainer here.
If
You can give your own name, but
It's
not
not a
important.
package.
license we also
Some
don't care,
recipes
so
that are
let's
counted to by using
license
variables. You can
close.
also check by simply searching these
now
variables.
is the important part, which is and
here
here
you
you
can
can
see
see
the
your
unique
IBB class.
I'm seeing
So if you want to give any Git repo, what we're gonna have to do is go to the
looks like
repo,
and let's not forget
go
these
to
are
the
not the only
HTTPS
ones
address,
that are
copy
going to
it,
be installed. The dependencies of these will
and
be
paste it
installed
here and change this
whatever is added to
HTTPS
this
variable configure task here. This is one part of it. Now the
Here
second
there's a
part
definition
is
of
giving
size
the protocol.
So
So
in
what
order
we have
to
to do
simply
is
take
to
this,
continue with this
first we
semicolon
need
and
to add the local conf our machine. We already did that. It is Raspberry Pi.
another semicolon.
So
We
now
are
we
gonna
can
have to
simply
inherit a branch.
our core key,
So currently this is master branch.
initialize the environment,
And
and
you
we
can
can
see
check
since this is master branch, so
package
I'm
config.
gonna
We
have
can
to also
use
use
this
branch
one.
package
Package
config tool to handle
configuration.
dependencies.
Before doing that,
Good
this will
practice
take some
right
time.
now include this
Of
one
course,
also to be some of the
that, I already
packages
showed you
system
how
will be
to
using
change
to
it.
what we will have to
Our
do is
recipe
only
is
is
easy.
deploy
If
what
you
we use directly, it was files, wherever
G flag, G
So,
option.
alright.
Then next up,
You
you
are
take
going to have to
a
keep
very
estimation.
small amount of time.
So
what
what
is
is
the
the
revision time?
revision
Is
is
the
the
dependency
check
will be calculated, and you will get some file that
commit
includes
ID,
what
commit hash.
core image means
So we are
actually
going to have
depends on.
to simply give
Let's go
one
ahead and
commit
do this
hash
first.
so that every time this is downloaded. So
we want to make
let's
sure
leave it
that
for now.
the same code is
Let's
drawn from
experiment
the given
if
branch.
the
We
file
are now
is deployed to
only
some place that
checking,
we don't care about.
core image
We
will
can
depend on.
simply add our
Later
own
we
to
will check
in order to do that.
which tasks
we are
will
going
be
to have to do.
executed.
So I
They
think we
always
are
are
now in a
equal
position to
to
simply
class,
and
and
cook
we
this
will
recipe
check
commit
this. I
ID
just
and
showed
from
you
the address
this
bar
HTTP
like
class,
so.
right? And how this
And then
definition
on
is
the
actually being
paste
constructed. But
But what you can
we
also
need to
do
also remember we have
if you
this
don't care about
Raspberry
freezing
Pi
source,
layer
if you
involved.
simply care that
So this
the last
Raspberry
commit is
Pi
always
layer
taken,
has this
what you
machine
can do is
configuration, right?
you can
For
give
Raspberry
this
Pi 5, and
autoref.
this machine
Right. If you
configuration
give this,
will
then
always override
the
what's
last
in the
commit
meta layer.
in that specific branch
So
will be
if
taken.
we are
We
overriding
haven't
not
modified
good
this
practice,
technique,
what
but
sort of
TNT
flexibility
has
was
so
to use
it
in this
will
file
try
and
to build
instead of
everything
default
and
method,
since there are
so
a
to
dependency
move on
equations
method
are
that is
also
differentiate
device
this
based
file
variables,
from the
although
original.
errors
They
here
are
are not crucial
crucial
in
in
this
this
recipe,
recipe,
so we
and
will
we
be
like
modifying the
Raspberry Pi
CMake
first,
just
just
so
what
that
are the
only
default
Raspberry
coordinate
info and the
control
pin control
behavior.
commands
It
are
is
written as
we will also get to this point. So we will
follows in this
explore
way.
what Meta Raspberry
This is
Pi is
really
adding
important.
in terms of
This means
image
runtime
generation.
dependency.
Because when we are
So you will have to
okay,
okay,
for
set
image
the as
runtime
expected. There is this
Meta Raspberry
default
Pi
of
includes
LDT bitway
it has
library
LDT
regarding, for
directly
example, let's
generate
say that
this
overlay
recipe,
therefore
something
that
that
has
the
errors
Raspberry
plug
Pi
inside
that
here
has
was
this
bash
As
overlay
you
tool
can see,
has
we have
diverse
SD
tools
card
in order for
underscore
this
this
will
is
now
actually
be
RTI
simply
in
modifying
Rust,
this
and
and bash
I
needs to be
expect this
installed.
so
One thing that
RTI
you can
to
do
be
in this
we
regard,
don't
one
want
can
to
simply
simply
guess create a
and
local
machine
image
configuration
and
so that
some
image
image can
install
edit to the variable
base
but source
URI.
like to
Yes,
let me
it
try
will
create a
create
runtime
this
dependency
do this
to our
together.
recipe so that
Okay.
when So
This software package is
core image minimal
installed at
I
all
created
in
a
any
file
image or
folder,
in a
and
package,
this
then
file
automatically
should
be
be
actually
actually
keep
and
this original source layout in the source. Say bash here, let us check if I bitfake, hello
So
world
let's
make,
go
or if
ahead
I
and
put
check
this in
what
an
is the
image, then
content
bash will be
of
also inside this thing. For example, if we were using some Qt, then I'll have to go Qt base, maybe Qt multimedia, and so on. So I would have to list each of the dependencies in form of that we would like recipe names using right under the space. Therefore, space what we should do is we should
as you can see
another folder here. So
we
let's
have
say
a
that
list
we have a
giving
bash
the
dependency.
That's
Fine.
fine.
Structure. Next variable we're gonna have to take a look at is depends.
packages,
Depends. So depends
and
variable.
it starts with the core image minimal.
Note that
This
we are
basically
giving
means
this package name
when
and
we
when we
take
are
a recipe
defining
minimal,
runtime dependencies, but we don't do the
all
same
these
for
need to
from
build
here
time
and
frames.
So
Doesn't
this
mean that
depends
all will
translates
be
to build time
included in
dependencies,
the image,
and what will
but
happen is
these
simply
all will be
the packages
built.
you give
These are
inside
either
the depends variable will be put in the
deployed
system
or
or
dependency
dependency
of something that will be
so
deployed.
basically what we want to
So
do
this
is
is
build
the
a software package
command
the
to build
output
my recipe file
independent
dependency.
library will be
So
used
let us confirm
from
that
that
this
case.
in the
This
beginning
also
of this lecture
imports
we said
and
that
decides
we
to
need to
compile
deploy
and
each
install
of the
it.
mechanism.
What you can have
Raspberry Pi
inside is some
image in
libraries.
order to be able to communicate
For example,
with it, right?
so
So
we have
to
want to
actually
do let's just add
in
this to
case
the but we don't have this dependency for our package, so let's leave it. So what happens when we add this at the source URI, it will be simply deployed
all we need to
to
do
the exact same
is
location,
know
this one,
that
and it will be overridden.
some sort of
That's what
network and
we would like
make
to
sure our
achieve. You can
development
also specify
PC is
version.
also connected to that network.
Something like this time we will be giving a local
we
file
need
and we will
some
start with this
SSH
file. If you don't have any
Git,
recipe
we have explored
of
already
bash
the
should be
options
larger than 1.2,
before we
then
have
the
SSH
package will
and
throw an
drop
error.
it. And
So
since
you
we
can
already
also give
explored
something else,
that
a
we
version
drop
mention,
here,
but
we
it's not
are
a common
basically
practice to
add
do this actually.
drop here
One
package
rarely
into
also
our
in
images.
this
How
is
can we
I
do that?
think this will be
It's
more
really
simply
easy
used for
because
extending the
new
search
features.
pad for these local files.
Alright,
Alright,
so
so
just
we've learned
this
about the
file
runtime
is
dependencies and the build
local
time.
conf,
By
and
default,
here
search for the build
we
time
can
and you
give
can simply some
any
library
source
or
URI
item
that
tool
starts
that
the
this
file,
recipe uses
install
during
commands,
compilation.
do
You can
the
simply
actual
rename
dependencies,
this some other directory
we
or
don't want
you
to
have
overwrite
some
what
should be
already
installed in
constructed
order to
is
simply
also
extend the
available
search
by
view for the
the
source
recipe
URI,
file.
we have to
Add some
give
template.
one
So
statement.
we will say,
Alright, so
just we will
let's
stick
move
with
on.
this.
Next learning it,
notation
we will be
we will say
specifying a
column
source directory.
and
If you are
goes with
using
files,
Git,
one
and
space,
drop
one
simply
space, and go to the middle
prepare
and
my
type
static, what you need to
You
do
give a
is
semicolon,
meaning that
equals,
you're extending it,
just to
then
check
you will reference
if there is
this directory.
if there
Of course,
is
you can
anything more
select
property
another
here.
name,
And
but
I know
this
there
is pretty much the
property
same.
but
For the
if
Git,
this
in this
property
case,
is
we don't need to add
initial
this.
configuration,
Shipping we can simply
now
change we have our
recipe
source
that we
file
want to
dependencies
do,
and we have
and
our
then
our source
we have
URI
already
where
changed
the
that.
package will
So
not
in this
be
case, what
downloaded.
I can
So
do
we can actually
is try
continue
to
writing
search
our compile and install tasks.
SSH.
So let's start with
Okay.
compile task.
So now that we know this
Now I
also,
have
and now that
package
we
code.
have simply
Inside
modified
compile
our
task
CMake
is
and
pretty
added
simple.
to the
If we have a
source
make
URI
file,
as a
we have to
local file,
run this make
make
command,
sure
right?
that the path is the
We
same.
We have to run
Sync
make lists and the source. We
Yeah,
specify the
okay.
directory to run
the
make
location that
inside
I've
with
already
this
shown
C
you will
option.
be
Then we're going to give it a
overridden,
directory.
and
In this
hopefully
case,
it won't
the
throw
current
any build error regarding this
but
device.
what is different in Open Embedded is that you
So
have
let's
this
go ahead and
OE
compile again.
underscore prefix, and then you continue with this run. So this is essentially same as when you make, but just make sure that
Proper environment is set up before using the make command in order to be able to cross compile. So from
Oh,
now
I
on,
was searching
inside
for this
compile
one.
tasks,
Okay,
when
and
we
then
run
we-
make, we will be
you
using
can
OE
install
run make instead.
drop here.
this is
or
basically
you can
it.
install
So
the
after
server by
we
using
run
two
this,
methods.
then we
One
are
is
going to have
directly
to install
giving the recipe file in the image
install as
install
well.
variable.
It's
The
an
second
issue.
is there are some
First we create the
constructed
directory.
feature
Let's
strings
say
in
it
Yocto
should
that
be
you can use. These are
files
USB
using
paths.
it's not
File
using is this.
search
I believe
in the
usually
variable.
it's
Yocto.
Then we are going to have to
Hopefully I will
deploy.
get some manual explaining
Output
this.
will be inside the source because we run a simple make. We don't have
Yeah.
any
Here,
make
for
installed
example,
inside
it's
this.
already telling me that yeah, there are some features that the Yocto already implemented in the meta layers, and we can simply
So if we
add
had an
on
install
these
target
things
inside this make
in
file,
order
then
to add some
maybe we
support
would have to
by
write
any
any
in the
install
image.
because
have to
this
deal
would
with
simply
the recipes and so on.
trigger
So these are really core functionalities.
We have to
Of
do this
course,
in this
SSH
case because we don't have it. So
considers
here
simply
the
core
from the
functionalities.
source directory,
For
this
example,
app
if
binaries
only
are
that
going to be
you
generated.
also add some
Inside
debugging
in order
stuff,
to
you
debug
also
it,
add this
we
one.
can simply go inside
This
our
is also
destination,
a
you
good
choose
trick. So for
what
example,
kind
if
of
you would like
listing
to
you
add
get,
support for slash thing, you can
and
use
we
this
will be
one.
going I'm gonna have to
So
add
let's
a
go
few
ahead
more
and
things, but
and try
inside
to do
git,
this with
say
the
of
image
showing
features.
it. Let's run
Okay,
this
right.
see that we
Let's
have
cook our
somehow
recipe
already
and
what is
on
the our
here.
source URI. So
Uh,
we give
I'm
our source
expecting this
URI
one to
and
also
then
work
we
like
have
that. I'm not saying
overridden
that
it.
this won't work.
This wasn't
But
supposed to,
We just want
shouldn't
to
have
avoid
happened.
any extra
So
overhead
we
of
can
the
use
code.
this
So
plus
I'll go
operator
with what's
in order
tried and
to
true.
add something to
And
that.
you can
So
say
we want first it to be
and
cloned and then on top of it
You can
this
copy
CMake list to be
what's already
copied.
available here.
Okay.
Of course, I will also give
this
this locally. You know what? We
spaces
can also check what this does.
and then let's build
Should
again.
we do that?
Okay, as you can see,
I don't know.
we have a warning
Right,
from the
check
compiler
what
which
this
says include location is unsafe for cross compilation.
Feature package. Okay, this is
I
essentially
already
this one.
showed you this make
It
file.
is installed package
And
root
currently
cause
since
SSH
this variable is empty,
drop here.
then we are pointing
if
to
we
this
search
result
for this
include,
one,
include location, so
what
we
will
want
it
to
have?
avoid that. In order
Besides
to
the drop
remove
root
this,
of the
what we will
package,
have to do is
to
so the
define
compilation
this.
was successful.
Okay.
Everything other
So
than
this
this
is
create
also
gray
installed
stuff
with
was
SSH
successful. Compilation
function.
task, what is the
That's
same I'm
what
gonna have to do
I'm
is
not
saying
sure
that
actually.
some
So
files or directories were
You can go with
installed
either.
but not
So
shipped
chain
in
address.
any package.
You can
And it is
use
giving me
image
actually
root
what
and
paths
Or
are
up here,
simply
or you
deployed
can
or shipped.
use what's available already as an
Here
image
is just
feature.
having
or
now we
this
see the
you
build
can
of the
also
library.
use
Really,
and
really
this
important
one
is
is
our shared
called
folder staging my
Are you
target.
serious?
So which is
After
simply
all,
pointing to the sysroot.
okay,
This
let's
tells
go
me
with
that
the
we
feature
should
for us.
specify
If
this
you
to
say-
install.
Because
Taking
as you
the
can
current
see,
one
we have
that
added
is
this
available. This
until
is
point
point
this
this
for
recipe
image
means
means
this
recipe
is
file
one
we have
that,
added
but
this
we
to
don't want
local
these
file.
stuff. We want simply
That's an important factor.
and this is regarding the bash
Typically, we
completion
don't
by the
want
way.
to manipulate
We can also
anything
have
in
this.
the layers that we don't control.
This is not bad,
So I have
but
already this
I want
MetaMouse
this
layer.
in control to
I
be
have
available
also option
under
to
USRT.
simply
This
add it
one.
here.
So
Specifically
first
layer
let's
configuration.
handle this. So since
But
we
if
will
I
be
add
giving
this
this
here,
as
it
an include
means
search
that
path,
this
then
feature will be
inside the
only
main file we can
inside
specify
this
USRT
build,
include simple
and this MetaMouse layer
in
is
order to point to
included.
these header files.
If I do this in the local conf, it means it is global.
So
if
you
I
have the option
remove
to
this
also
MetaMouse
use
layer,
this staging
doesn't
layer
matter.
host.
So
in
it's
case you use this
whatever
one,
you
then
choose.
you will be
For the sake
pointing
of
to
simplicity,
this
for our
recipe
lecture,
sysroot native
I would like to
directory.
implement
This one
these
you
variables
use
only
when
in
you are
one
compiling
place,
something
which will
for
be
the
this
your
local
PC
conf.
specific
And
or some
I'll be
host
only
tool, for
adding
example.
recipe additions to the
But in our
layer.
case, we won't be
you can
using
go with
this.
either
We
option
will
as
simply be
I said,
using this
so you
staging
can
layer
also
target.
edit here.
And let us run the compilation again.
Alright.
Okay, inside this one. What about
So
the other
that's done. It's really easy.
one?
just
Other one is not
adding one
located
package.
here.
And since I have added this
Where is
already,
the other one?
please
You
go
can
ahead
see
and
compilation was
check
successful.
if it is
The other
indeed
one.
added. So
And
what I'm
everything
gonna do
was
is
successful.
I'm
We have a build folder.
So
We
we
check the
take
build output now.
G for image minimal.
Okay. Well, this is really weird. So what we have here is we have this pin control
And
under the
check
build
the
folder.
folder.
This image
But
directory is
Probably
plus the
it will
info
be used
binary is
not
not image
under the
generation
build
and
folder,
also you will
it is under the
find
source.
that package feed
is
so
also
this
the
tells
populated.
me a faulty of course CMake list.txt but
Okay.
we don't care about
So
it.
there
There
is
is
one
one
more
more
thing
right
I would
out
like to mention,
although
although
we have completed
based on
our
this
recipe
knowledge.
here.
Let's search.
So one more
thing
thing
is
you can
uh,
create,
you
you
can
can
do
do
here
here software packages
simply
based
copy from
on
here is indeed
a
zero
single folder.
recipe.
Say
When I
we have
try to
two
actually
binary outputs or
make
two
pages
library
for
outputs
control.
and we want to package one binary or
Alright, so
library
that's
into
one
one
thing done.
package and
Now
the
we
other
have
into
to
another
configure
package.
this. So in order to do
And
this,
the other one
we
we
can
can
create the
two
second
separate packages.
We will copy from the
our
source.
recipe. First, let's simply modify the tool install
Second
step
one is
to make sure that we
UI
have
support.
two outputs.
Because
We
I
have
want
two
to be able to
binaries
also
to
see the
deploy.
boot messages.
I have
If there is
already
some kernel
this
crash,
app
if I
binary.
communicate to
I
the
can
SSH,
simply
then
copy
I'd like
this
to be
in
able to
order to
debug
create the
this
second.
boot process.
Just as an
But
example,
in order to be able to do
the
that,
real
I
example
need
is this
some
one
serial.
this one ago. Just as an example,
There are basically two
This
serial
serial
ports on Raspberry
is
Pi, and
two,
I
for
can
example.
hook one
So now now we have
USB to
two
UART
binary
converter to
outputs,
Raspberry Pi.
and we would
uh,
like to
to either
create
port,
separate
and then
packages.
Connect
So
this
first there
USB
is
to
this
my PC.
variable called packages,
Alright.
and
In order to be
inside
able
we
to
can
use
simply
this
specify
set of
the names of
programs from my
each of
PC,
the
to
software
be able
packages
to
that will be
simply see
outputted
the full
from this
output.
recipe. So of course we have the
So as I
error
said,
make.
there
It's
are
on the
two
image.
ports.
It's our
What
name.
we
We
deployed
deployed
looks
then
correct.
we
It
can
looks
say so what we deployed looks
One
correct.
is this
now we
social
can set
connector between the two
uh,
in HTML
our
files
package
and
file
ports.
outputs. So
And
that
for
this
that,
error
yeah,
is
you
gone.
might need some
So
specific
remember what we
USB
did in this
converter.
case
The
was
one that
simply
I
set
have
up
doesn't have that port.
our separate
So
packages and then we use
I
this
don't
files
prefer this
variable
option.
to
There is
simply
You can notice this
allocate
sort of
our
examples
files to
all
the
throughout
packages.
different
In this case, we are not going
For
to be
example, you
creating
have
a
open
separate
self
package.
visual
You can
package
just
that has
CSV
output,
RX,
files,
cell binary,
even
and
here
for
our own
you
package.
just need to have
Since
this
there are many
configuration
build outputs
to your,
tending to different needs,
USB to
it makes sense to split
So
the
first of all,
different packages so that
Okay.
we will simply
only
give
what
this
is
user
valid can
share
be used. So if I am
contains
changing in the library, then I will only install the
if I
package
give
that
this one,
contains
I don't need to
one
give this one
contains
the
the
other
other
one
of
is
that
in
three
three
packages. This is the one that is
default,
default, and
so
the one containing
need to
only
keep that
this
in mind.
app binary
Higher
will make dash
don't
app,
hook up
and the
a
second
5
one
volt for
will
safety.
be only containing app 2,
Sometimes nothing happens,
which will be
for
called
safety
safety
and
or
what
others.
others.
dash we have also deployed some
And
stuff.
then
go.
what we will have to do is we will be splitting these binary into these
Alright,
software
second
packages
thing
that will be
is
outputted.
these
So
word ports
for
have
this
names,
case, we will first
and
start
I
with
have searched for
files,
the names and I
and
found them.
we will
So the
give
one
a name.
that is in between the two HTML ports are
Don't forget
called
the spaces.
TIR1 Y AMA 10,
It's
and the
called
other one,
parent.
which is
and yeah, we will simply
directly
give
at the 40 pin
binary
TIR
type.
is called
In this
PTY
case,
AMA
for the
0.
first one, it will be this
Right.
one.
So since I will be using
And then we
this,
can copy this.
I will need to do some
The
configuration.
second one. Okay, let's say
So
for
let's
the
check
second
how
one
we
also
can
this
configure
one
the
will
serial
be
port
used.
that we would like to configure,
And then
which is called TTY
for the
AA0
third one,
in
it's called
our
app2,
Poki Linux
and in this
distribution.
case only app2 binary will
Alright.
be deployed.
So let's
So this
go
is
back
actually
to
how
code.
you can
and
simply split these
let's
build
check.
outputs
Okay,
into
perfect.
different packages.
One
Now
thing
everything
that
that
is
we can
here
also
to
do
go, so
is
let's
we
check
can
output
use
again.
this pn parameter. As you recall, pn variable is what we use to refer to the package name. And
Alright,
since we
as you
have
can
some
see
repetition
in the
here,
machine
we can
layer,
simply
we
use
have
pn.
this serial
So
console.
you can see
we
we have
defined.
deployed as a share.
This
Also
is
same
the
goes in.
AMA 10
And
that
inside
we
this
will
package
just
share
use
is
this
simply
and
for the bash
zero.
completion.
But as I said,
And the
we don't
binaries
want to do
we have
any
deployed
modifications,
ourselves,
they can
so
also
they
be
can
used
use
or
from
any
inside the
that
library.
we downloaded. So
Let us
we have two
actually
options. We can
uh,
either do
dash
this
our image and
modification
see
by
and
simply
what
creating
these
a new
tools
machine
are
based on this
doing.
one in our own
We
layer,
have
but
one
we
error,
will
so
tackle this
my
task
image is
in the
ready.
future.
Apparently during
Or
package
we can simply use this local const, our global configuration to override and
is given us
for
basically
this
two
one
options.
override.
First, what we can
So
do
what I'm
is we
going
can
to do is I'm
either
going to
copy
copy
this,
this,
is we can
and
also
I'm
use
gonna
this
paste
base
debug
debug
package
package
based
based on it.
to
So
here,
I'm
and I'm
going
going
to
to
show
show
you
you
the
that
info.
0.
What we're
This
going
is
to
the
have to
first
do
thing
in
now,
this case, first
flash
the
the
SD card has one, and now
okay,
bucket
when
is ready.
configuring
So what I can
Raspberry
do,
Pi,
this
there
is
are
usually
two
called
drivers.
this
There are two files to
suffix
keep in mind,
EDG,
config.txt
Yocto,
and cmd
and then
line.txt.
as I'm already inside and
Because
giving files,
let's try
you
to
recall
use the
we
command.
have
So
these files simply determine
okay.
how the kernel
It is
will
this
be
one,
configured.
info. In this case,
This
what we
command line
have,
has
as you can see, once I run this,
configuration.
basically a lot of system information
So,
is
let's
outputted
go
inside
inside
into
Raspberry
what
Pi
kind
here
of device it
and
is.
let's check these
And
files.
and
yeah.
then
So there are recipes
for
for
by
creating these
also
two.
Video
This
core we
File
don't have
that I'm
access to this
highlighting
command
is
yet.
responsible for
Pricing
creating the CMD
information.
line TXT, and the
Some
other
package
one
information is
is
missing.
used for
information is
simply
there. Let's take
creating and deploying
command line information is there
config.txt.
and so on.
So first here, let's check what is there. I'm immediately
Okay, so
recognizing
basically our
one variable
recipe is
CMD
working.
line serial, and
That
this
being
is
said,
used
I
inside
think
the
it's a
CMD
good
line
point to wrap
variable.
up this lecture.
And
Thank you very
CMD
much
line
for your
variable is
attention,
used
and
for
I will see
Okay,
you in the
the
next
build
lecture.
was successful,
CMD
and
TXT.
that wraps up the things I wanted to show you in this lecture.
Later
We
task,
learned
the
about
deploy task, it is deployed to the boot files directory. Alright, so what we can do, since we would like to overwrite this, we can directly copy this and we can paste it here. And we don't want a default assignment, we would like to override it, so let's go with these. And before continuing, let me explain these conditionals. So this is bitbake conditional that is referencing to a simply Python function, and what this function does is checks this variable that you give as a first argument. If this variable is equal to the second argument, which is 1, then it simply writes this text, and if it's not one, it adds this text. But for now we don't need any conditional here, so I'm gonna remove this conditional, and I am going to simply modify this serial 0 and I say TTI AMA 0. Okay, so we found some serial console occurrences in Magnet Raspberry Pi, and we started overriding those variables in our local conf. Okay, and third thing I have noticed is this enable UART variable. So basically you can get all this information also by simply going to the Magnet Raspberry Pi there, and there's this documentation you can check, but I'm trying to be explanatory as I can. So enable UART, I'm wondering where this is used, so let's go ahead and search this. It is used where? It is used here in order to write something inside the config.txt file. So we can enable this. We should be enabling this. Let's go back and let's type in enable UART equals 1. And final thing, actually, that's the thing that we should have done first, is to check device tree whether UART 0 or TTI AMA 0 is enabled or not. So for that, what we should do is we should go back to the machine layer here, and we're going to find some references. Let's check the includes. Okay, as you can see in this RPI-base.include file, we have our device tree overlays and our device tree list that should be simply compiled. We have our 5B main device tree, but what we should be doing is we should be adding support for UART 0. So let us search for a Raspberry Pi implementation. And maybe for this DT overlay or UART. Let's search for UART. As you can see, we can notice here UART 0 is indeed TTY AMA 0, but that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for enabling the device tree overlays from the config.txt, and I found one example here, dt overlay equals. So we will be first adding the device tree overlay to this list so that we make sure that it is compiled. Then we are gonna also add, we are gonna enable this device tree overlay by simply stating it in our config.txt. So let's try to find our kernel. So basically our kernel is downloaded from this repository, some branch that I don't know, but we can easily check if such a device tree overlay exists in order to enable the UART 0. So we're gonna go